Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the Bears Den. How is everyone doing today, guys? Hope you're all having a great day today. It's Tuesday night, it's talk show time. Hope everyone's hyped for the talk show. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. As always, we've sorted through the slog of news related to games and the gaming industry as a whole, so you don't have to. Some of it's fun, some of it's cool, some of it's what the fuck. And some of it's just downright bad. But regardless, it's news you guys hopefully care about, and really some of it's just good to know. To be honest, I'm the only one here. Damn. Well, I mean, unfortunately for me, this is usually one of my lower population stream days. So, oh, Celtic is here. Okay, cool. But Celtic, Chef Alpha, Rick, thank you guys for coming on in. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope things are going well for you tonight. Also, if you haven't followed already, which I know both of you have, I do have a follower goal going on at the moment. If we hit 700 followers, then basically I'm going to be doing the one chip challenge. If you don't know what the one chip challenge is, you're more than welcome to Google Pocky one chip challenge. It is a tortilla chip coated in Carolina. I had to think for a moment there. Carolina Reaper and Scorpion chili pepper seasoning. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. By the way, for that, I'm setting the bar for myself if we do this, when we do this, at 10 minutes. That's where I'm setting the bar for myself. Yeah. Realistically, I would love to go a lot longer than that, but who knows? We'll find out. Until you arrived. Yeah. I was here just trying to pull up all my emotes in one message, but Lopez Jr. has too many emotes. Well, I mean, considering the Pocky chip is hell in a chip. Yes, it is. It is very much hell in a chip, and I'm probably gonna regret it. But you know, Celtic was more than awesome. The last Sunday or second last Sunday of September. So yeah, kind of figured definitely should. So thank you, Celtic, for bringing that to my attention. Even though it's going to make me hate myself. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road, though, guys.
Hello, friendo.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Doing good?
Excellent. Excellent.
It's always interesting times when we literally exchange hellos and then at the same time ask each other how the other is doing and answer each other at the same time how each other is doing.
Yeah, I mean, we have known each other forever, so we're
True,
kind of
true.
on the same wavelength.
By now, I would really hope so, considering, well, one, like you said, we've known each other since like second or third grade, and we're hosting a talk show together about video games, which we're both very passionate about. So I really hope we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
not, I kind of wonder why the fuck is one or both of us here.
When I was doing your thing for your moving up the thing, the woman was like, "How long have you known him?" And I was like, I don't know, how old are you in like third grade? And she was like, really? And I was like, yep. And then like she got
Yeah,
to like the other end of that question. She was like, so how often do you speak to him? And I was like, I don't know, like every other day. I do a show with them on Twitch, so at least once a week. And
yeah,
she was
oh
like,
yeah,
oh wow. Like,
yep.
yeah, some people actually can be friends for a very long
Oh
time.
god, yeah. Now, okay, granted, having said all of that, there have been times where like one or both of us have moved and we've
Mhm.
lost track of each other,
Sure.
but then just time brings us keeps bringing us back together. So
Yeah. And the nice thing is, I know I'm one of these people, and I know you're one of these people. Um, if I was friends with you, like if I was close with you at some point, and time does happen to like spread us further apart, and then we come back together, I pick up like I just saw you like yesterday. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
like it's
Like,
just,
and
hey, what's going on?
I remember when you first moved back to Binghamton. Like it was the first I heard of it because it was release night of Halo 2.
Halo. Yeah. Yep.
And I saw you at the mall there, and we was like, "Oh, hey, cool." We're just kind of hanging out in line, waiting. You did the smart thing and went to Software Etc. Was it?
Yeah.
And I
I
did the dumb thing and went to whatever the other one was, EB
EB.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I the other reason is I had kicked in the heads of all the guys who worked at Software Etc.
ah,
So when I went up to my line, they came out and they were like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Nothing." They were like, "You want to come in?" I was like, "Yeah." So I got to walk in and go with my crew right in, bought the game, left before anyone else even was in. I was like, "Ha
nice,
ha!"
nice.
Well, your skills gotta be on point,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
But then, like after that, it was just like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like literally picking up right where we left off,
Yep.
and it's been like that every single time ever since we've known each other, really. So it's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. It's nice to have that consistent friend, you know?
Oh
It
yeah,
just doesn't matter. It's
hell
like,
yeah, hell
whatever,
yeah.
dude. All right, so we got a fun week.
Yeah, yeah. Got
Went through
some
some
good,
stuff.
some bad, some ugly, some funny, some we got a smattering all over the place, really.
Yeah, and I kind of like that best. I
Yeah.
like it when it's not a complete and total shit show all week because it's such a bummer drummer to be like, well, guess we're gonna talk about depressing shit for the entire fucking episode.
Yeah, yeah. And admittedly, I probably have a little bit more depressing shit than you do, probably, maybe, don't know. But
It's like, I
hey,
definitely lean fun.
true, true.
that's that's what people could say about me. Alex, he leans fun, like, or drunk. Like, yeah,
Euling Fun Drunk.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm like the fun uncle who drinks too much.
The Funkle.
Yeah. Would you like to start? Oh, wait, can I start this time?
Yeah, go for
I
it, go for
usually let you. So speaking of fun, I just thought this was hilarious, and I figured that no one would look into this, so I was like, I'll fucking look into it. So we're gonna talk a lot about hacking this week. That's definitely gonna be like a
it.
right. That's like a main thread. But I figured we'll start off with something a little light, a little funny. Um, and some hacker took over the USS Kids Facebook page. So I don't know if you know this, but the United States Naval Service has a Facebook account for every single one of their ships. They have, and it talks about when they're coming and when they're coming home and where they're going and who's on deployment and who's not on deployment. So right there, I was like, really? Okay, that's kind of crazy. That's got to be a lot of work for
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Um, but so the USS Kid had its Facebook hacked, and on its account, some dude streamed Age of Empires for 4 hours. No audio. He just hacked in, fucking took over their account, changed their status to what they are. They changed that, which was also kind of funny. But the funniest part to me was whoever it was apparently not a very good Age of Empires player, and people started watching, and Age of Empires kids started going, dude. Dude, one of them, this is a direct quote, and I had to like find it. So this was, you got to get out of the Stone Age, my guy. Literally was a direct quote from somebody watching the screen.
Oof.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty funny. That's like a fun hacking thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
that definitely is a interesting thing. Although I will say this, I'm glad that it wasn't happening on Twitch, just because the simple fact of everything that happened last week with Twitch.
Right. Which we'll get into later.
Yeah, yeah.
um the the other thing is funny. So the US Navy is looking into this now.
Oh gosh.
Like,
Yeah,
well, because
it
you
makes
did
sense. Yeah,
technically, hack a government fucking website,
yeah.
be it all on Facebook or not. Um, but the as of so they said, hey, we're looking into it. We don't know who hacked us, but we have our control back as of yesterday or whatever. And the funny thing is, um, the account description still says gaming video gamer. They didn't change it. So it's for a ship that is gaming video streamer. That is a streaming ship. I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that
Gotta.
shit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, gotta love this epic stuff that we wind up running across, including the stuff that, like, oh, super serious U.S. Navy thing, and then they're like, oh yeah, we just totally didn't even realize this. Our bad.
We just like, I mean, I'm assuming that it's probably an old person who's running that account who doesn't have much social media
Oh, yeah,
experience, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But it like I see like that's the stuff where I think hacking can be really fun. You know, like some
yeah.
people when it's not malicious, it's
Hmm.
just something like, like funny,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
cool, like that's fine. It's like when dickheads get around that like, DDoS servers and like just ruin stuff. Like I don't know if you remember, this was I guess a couple years ago now. It was on Christmas Day, a group of hackers called lizards. I can't remember what the other word was.
Yep.
Hacked PSN
Mhm.
and Xbox on Christmas Day. So if you had a PlayStation, you couldn't even access the PlayStation. Fuck you guys. Like literally fuck those guys.
Yep.
But people do fun shit like this. Come on, that's fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's the little things like this where it's just like, okay, does the Navy or whoever's in charge of the account realize that they've been hacked? And
Well, it took them. It took them. They had been hacked for days
oh,
before they
good
noticed. It was the stream that was 4 hours long that finally it got back to somebody in the Navy where they were like, "We
God.
didn't stream that." Yeah, that's pretty funny. And
Mm,
like in the wake of all that shit that happened with the army streaming live on Twitch, it's nice to see like something where it's just kind of like goofy and not like,
true.
didn't you guys create war crimes or whatever? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just some guy playing fucking Age of Empires
And
badly, apparently.
I was gonna say, apparently very, very poorly too.
You gotta go to the Stone Age, my guy. Uh,
He just needs to first upgrade his computer. He's waiting on that
mhm.
new graphics card.
Yeah. I definitely if that news had broken live and I had seen that, I definitely would have stopped by to watch that for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
to, like hang in the comment section, and just like
yeah,
listen to people like fucking roll on them.
yep.
But
Same here. Same here.
all right.
That would have been
Uh
hilarious. Uh, um,
start.
you know what? Let's keep going with a little bit lightheartedness first. Let's not get into bummer drummer stuff.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread,
Mhm.
first 2D Metroid game that has come out in like what was it, 25 years, I believe they said, or something, some
Yeah.
insanely long amount of time. Um, matter of fact, it came out Friday, and it's only Tuesday. People have already discovered massive sequence breaks in the game.
Really?
So like, hey, go do this and then here and then here, like A B C D E kind of a thing. People have already figured out like A B Q C. And what's even cooler is the simple fact of the developers accounted for this, and the big thing that shows it off is Cryad, the
Great.
Creed, whatever. The big green guy who shoots the muscle, the like spikes out of his belly, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
That boss fight, there's two phases. One where you're just fighting his head, and then the lava pool drains a little bit, and he breaks the platform, so you're then lower down, and he shoots you with his belly.
Mhm.
Um, People have sequence broken it to the point where going into the fight, they have the morph ball and the bombs. You're not normally supposed to have those, but if you go in there, there's a block you can break, and then there's a morph ball cannon, effectively, which is lined up perfectly with his belly. You go in it, it fires you into his belly, and you just spam bombs.
Oh,
And it's considered a quick kill because it like
nice.
completely negates the phase two.
That's awesome.
So it's
Yeah,
like
see, and I
awesome.
like that. I like the because that's kind of Metroid heritage is sequence breaking, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's cool that like, Nintendo was like, yeah, people are gonna do that. Let's lean into it and like let people kind of fuck with it.
Hmm.
It's way better than trying to like fight that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. Exactly. And apparently, according to someone in my chat, my voice reminds them of Seth Rogen.
Wow, you're like the least Seth Rogen-y person too. That's
Oh
funny.
well.
Um,
I'll take compliments where I can.
sure.
I'm
Um,
assuming that's supposed to be a compliment at least.
have you ever tried? That's crazy, man. You ever tried DMT? Um, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't picked up Metroid yet
Yeah. It.
because go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go.
I haven't picked it up yet because this is kind of a big month. We're doing a couple of things, streaming here on Twitch.
Yeah.
Um, Also, I have been waiting forever to get my hands on this new Super Mario Party, the one that just remixes a bunch of the old ones together. God, I
Hmm.
can't wait for that. Sad side note. So I had the lightning strike, killed my PC and my Xbox. Saddest day,
Yeah.
got the PC fixed, good stuff. Um, so last night went to go put on the only thing that I have on my TV, my Switch, to watch some fucking YouTube Mystery Science Theater before I went to bed, and the dock died.
Oh.
Yep. So now I have a dead dock. So I have nothing that is going to my 65-inch fucking TV.
Oof.
Uh, no TV.
Oh
Good.
man.
Great. And because of lovely coronavirus, I went and looked on to try to find a replacement official because I like to support official.
Yeah.
$159 for a dock.
Hmm.
Yep, won't be buying that. So I had to resort to buying a piece of shit one.
Yeah. Well, look at it also this way. It's not just a dock. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
so yeah,
Yeah, I agree. But sure does fucking. I mean,
yeah, it sucks.
normally they're $40.
Yeah.
You know, when they're
Mhm.
in available. And then I was like, not to make this the outs, sad stories time, but then I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. I'll just go look for an Xbox One S, and I'll just finally replace it. Fine, dude. Like finding a one is $340. Like there is no
Yeah.
cheap ones.
Oh yeah.
That's a last generation console for fuck's sake. Like, what world are we living in?
One
Anyways,
one that is incredibly crazy at the moment,
I know.
and I would say borderline about ready to tear itself apart.
Yeah, and being a whiny baby, like, oh my fucking, come on, man. People have it way harder. Like, so,
Oh god, yeah.
um, but I do. I just turned this monitor at like a 45-degree angle. It's like I'm watching a fucking like a drive-in. Do you remember like drive-ins?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it's kind of like. But
yeah.
anyways,
Hell,
sorry,
I
not to derail.
remember the drive-in that was effectively on the way to the airport.
Yeah, it was up the road from me.
Yep.
All right, well, so is it me?
Yes.
So talking speedruns, I have a wonderful little fucking transitional story.
Cool.
Uh, do you know much about Spelunky?
Okay amount. I'm not an
Okay.
expert. I mean, I know the general premise.
Okay. Well, for anyone who doesn't, Spelunky is an basically like I mean, I guess you would call it like it's a roguelike, but not
Yeah.
really because you don't gain anything from the
Mhm.
runs. And but anyways, it's randomly generated. You're this little dude and you just basically have to go through 5 worlds to complete it. In 2012, a guy named Barry Mode completed the game in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It has not been beaten since. It has stood the test of time. And somebody named Zelius was going through random records and watching videos. Turns out that
Spliced.
dude fucking cheated. He fucking cheated.
Yeah.
So when this other speedrunner was looking at the file, he realized So in between, you basically have to do 4 stages, and it's like starts in caves, and then it goes to like tree world, and then it goes to like hell, whatever.
Hmm.
There's like a transitional thing with 2 doors, and you just walk in a straight column into the next world.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh, so he noticed that there was a block in that in that one corridor that was never there. Turns out he was using a mod that made it so when Barry mode was going through, it was always giving him the exact same stages in the exact same order. It was not randomized at all. And
Ooh.
the only thing the mod did was add that one fucking block, and no one caught it since 2012.
Oof.
Yep. He came out, he apologized, he removed the video from his YouTube channel. Uh, Basically, everyone went, fuck you. Like, uh, and the second highest speed run at 2 minutes and 40 seconds has now been declared the world's record for Splunky.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Kudos to the new guy, and this is why I kind of also wish that speedrun.com had a wall of shame section,
Oh, God, that'd be great.
so that way like people who have been caught can we like quick grab a copy of that video and post it there and have it be like wall of shame, and when say that person wants to try and post a legitimate one, just have them sit there, everyone on the community sit there and be like, hey, this is
Yeah.
why we're kind of looking at you like you're sus, and even though it may be legit, you're still sus.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, probably not because you're a good boy. Well, you were. You ever get caught shoplifting?
Nope.
Okay. I have gotten caught shoplifting a couple times actually. Normally, what they do is they just take you back to the security room. They like, scare the shit out of you or whatever. But then they take a photo of you and they put it on like a wall. Like they had one in Wegmans and CVS, and they're just like, "Don't come back." They should do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
here's a fucking little photo of you and the fucking speed run that you cheated on, and fuck off, dude. Like,
Yeah.
because that's
Exactly.
like really. I don't want to get into a whole thing about it, but like there is speedrunning is like all about integrity and honor,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a big deal when you cheat,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of time for these people to fucking work hard to to get these records, and for you to just come in and be like, I did it, I'm the best. Fuck you.
Yep. Exactly. And I mean, especially in speedrunning, there's not really um
Money
any
or
money or
fame.
cash in it. The only thing you really get out of speedrunning is, hey, I've gotten the world record or I'm second best or whatnot, and any sort of recognition that potentially comes with that.
Right,
Like right now for me, technically I've got the world record in Mayhem in Single Valley.
right.
Well, I'm also the second place, third place, and all the way down the line because nobody else speedruns it as far as I know.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's kind of like, hey, I've got all the records for it, so I've got all the fame for it, but it's also like, who else knows about it except for everyone right here. Um,
sure.
Now, if it were to be like on a GDQ stage or anything like that, that's a whole nother thing because then it's
Right.
in front of like tens of thousands of people. Speaking of which, I did submit it to GDQ, so
Congrats.
here's to hoping.
Um, yeah, I mean, like the whole thing is like an honor-based system, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the deal. Like,
Yep.
and I don't know, competitive integrity needs to stay in line. Otherwise, like that's just I don't know. People
Mhm.
are just such shitheads. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And especially considering like, okay, you're cheating at a game that literally has no prize other than you're the fastest.
Recognition.
At which point it's then like, what does that say about you?
Right.
If you're willing to cheat just to get the recognition of being the fastest, realistically, what does that say about you as a person?
Yeah.
So
And I don't want to go much further with this, but
yeah, yeah.
I like it does it just pisses me off. It's like
Mm.
why do people fucking have hacks in fucking games and like god damn dude, does that really make you feel good about yourself? Like You're using wall hacks or fucking aimbot, and you're like getting, yeah, of course you're getting kills. A fucking sentient fucking plant can get kills with that. Like that doesn't fucking impress me.
Yep.
All right, sorry. Tirade over. On my high horse, I can't even hear you plebs from now up on this high horse. You sicken me. All right.
All right. Well, it's not really a great one, but it's on the better end of the spectrum. So let's go with this. Microsoft. Uh, every company out there currently has effectively been target of people complaining, saying, "I want to be able to repair my shit." Well, Microsoft has pulled the trigger and effectively hired a third party to do some research into allowing third party, like either individuals who may have the technical know how or like just mom and pop repair shops to actually repair Xboxes and Surface product lines. There is no official report out right now because the report I can talk. The report is still ongoing, but it will be publicly. Yeah, apparently, God. It will be publicly made available, and I even hadn't had a swig of my beer yet. Jeez, maybe that's my problem. I need to have some beer first.
Like, cause I'm like 4 deep and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Although I like live in this state.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. But the report is going to be publicly made available as of May 2022. So it's still ongoing, and it's like, hey, this is a step in the right direction, to be honest. Yeah. Now, if it turns out that the report says it's possible for people with really high technical knowledge of electronics and computers and things like that, Microsoft may sit there and just nix the idea at that point. If the bar comes down a little bit as far as technical know-how and the documents are well detailed, then maybe it's hard to say. But the simple fact that Microsoft is potentially allowing right to repair to happen is a great thing. I mean, they're one of the kingpins in the computer industry. So,
and I don't know if have you ever opened up an Xbox?
Yes, actually, I have.
Okay. Yeah, because I've done it. I've opened an Xbox. I've opened a couple of 360s. And I've opened a couple of Xbox Ones. They're a real fucking pain in the ass. And they do it to cover their own ass, which I get.
Yeah. I have water cooled my 360.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it red ringed and I sent it off to get repaired, got it back, and it was beginning to do that again. So I'm like, okay, water cool the fucker, and it made it last a little bit longer, but ultimately it then died, and it's like, okay, there's no fucking way they're gonna touch this now.
Yeah. And again, this is kind of what I was like to my point, like, it they put those like annoying little clips in there because if one of them is broken, they know, okay, somebody has fucked with this, and so that voids your warranty.
Yep.
But I mean, frankly, most people who are gonna fuck with shit on the inside of their console, they probably know what they're doing, or the thing's fucked anyways. Because like the first one I opened on my 360 was the first, or no, it was the second one. Yeah, it was my second 360. I have a buddy who went through 7 360s. Yeah, and every time he sent them in, and every time they sent him a new one back.
Wow.
Poor bastard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I understand where they're coming from. They're just trying to like, not have shit fake claims come in. Yeah. But it is a little egregious. Like, come on, man. Like, this is my hardware. I did pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
And it should be really like if it's something as simple as removing and replacing a power source, come on, man. That's 3 clips. You know what I'm saying? Like, and 2 plugs.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
Um, and I can also guarantee Apple would never do some shit like
Oh
that.
hell no, hell they're fighting against what was it Louis Rossman.
Okay.
He is a huge name in Mac repairs, be it MacBooks, any Apple sort of product. He's huge as far as doing Apple repairs, and Apple is fighting tooth and nail to basically have him cease and desist.
Ugh, man, they are the worst.
Yes,
Um,
yeah.
I
Apple sucks balls. And
yeah.
yet people just are
Um,
like, oh, new Apple thingy, fork shovel tons of money over, and
I
it's
don't
like,
know.
fuck off.
People are fucking sheep.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, I will say that their camera is nice. Like, the camera on the iPhone is nice. Don't get me wrong. And some of the hardware for video editing, very nice. Like, it's good stuff, but
yeah.
is it worth the fucking tag and the fact that, like, basically you have to sell your third born to them? No,
No, no.
fuck that. Fine, Android. Yeah, exactly.
6 year old, at least 6 year old phone. Obviously, you can see the giant fucking green line going down the screen. I'm
Yeah,
just,
how do you watch porn on that thing?
I've got
Gotta be
two,
distracting as shit.
I've
Oh,
got
yeah,
two
there we
monitors right here,
go. I got panorama right in front of me, Alex.
and a 60-inch in the bedroom. What? What are you talking about? Why am I going to
That's
watch
fair.
porn on that?
I don't know. I do. I don't know. It's just simple, and I'm a
Oh, it's
lazy
you're
man.
talking about the secret porn. Oh, okay.
The extra dirty porn.
Oh.
Oh, good. Look at that.
Oh.
30 minutes in, and we're already on pornography again. Like every show, every episode of those. Um,
$1,300 for
uh,
the next phone. You own nothing Apple. It's not a bad thing, Blue. So,
I do have a nice connective tissue story here
I'm
about
wondering.
Apple.
I was gonna say,
About Apple.
uh,
I got where you were going with this. Let me slide that in there. It's about Apple. The
okay.
Apple the company.
Well, I was gonna say connective tissue story. So, like, who's all of a sudden becoming cybernetic and being a computer character or video game character?
Me. Um, this one also popped up on my radar because I've been following this story because I'm
I think I
fucking
know what you're
lunatic.
talking about already, but yeah, go for it.
Okay. Um, so, as longtime viewers know, I have been following this Apple story. Epic sued Apple earlier this year,
Hmm.
saying that it was bullshit, that Apple was getting 30% of in app sales, which totally to me makes total sense because I mean, that's bullshit. If the
Yeah.
person has already bought your copy of, let's call it Fortnite, and they want to go buy some V-Bucks, Apple is taking money from there. So Epic sues them. Epic wins, actually as recently as September or something.
Hmm.
Uh, and the judge says, yes, in game. So if I make a game, I can put an in game store in there, and all that money would directly go to my company. So, as it turns out, Apple, being the big babies that they are, first off, have not allowed Fortnite back onto their store.
Yep.
They said, nope, not until this is completed, which basically puts them in like purgatory. And now, on their last injunction, they have filed an appeal for the in game stores, and now it is going to be waiting. And if this judge says, yeah, you're right, that's kind of crazy, in-game stores won't be able to be implemented in any games until that is now done. So basically they're gumming up the works again to try to use the courts in their favor to milk out as much time as they possibly can using their current TOS for all fucking companies who are on there. Fucking pieces of garbage, dude. Like, you fucking dirtbags. You lost, let it go. But of course, multi-million dollar company, it like, oh man, just so frustrating, dude.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. And actually, minor correct. Well, two minor corrections. Uh, if I remember correctly, Apple was the first $1 trillion company,
Yep.
and also Apple filed a appeal.
Right.
To quote Tim Sweeney. And if you guys don't get the reference there, it is in reference to the banana character that made apparently a massive appearance during the court because Apple decided it was more important to talk about how the banana was naked.
No, no, no. He was wearing a suit.
Oh,
He
oh,
was wearing a suit, and that was making a mockery of the trial.
oh.
That's what it was. Because
Still.
they put him because Epic put him in the tuxedo.
Okay.
So let's
Still.
take five days out of everyone's life to talk about that in court.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Apple, why are we talking about a fucking cartoon banana character in a suit?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Uh,
anything to throw off the fucking people from the scent of them stealing millions of dollars from people.
apparently, jeez.
But I'm so glad that you really, really do enjoy your fucking iPhone.
Yeah, yeah. Just give us $1 million more and we'll sell you this new iPhone that's slightly smaller and less battery life.
And it won't come with the charger.
That too, and no headphone jack.
Yeah,
improvements.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, dude, they have to sell those $400 AirPods.
Yeah,
How are they going to move those?
True. True.
Fucking, we've become the Better Business Bureau here at Smarter Than AI.
Love Apple, hate Fortnite. So lol. Yeah.
Hey, whatever. You know what? But neither. Here's the deal: at the fucking end of the day, every one of these companies that you love, they will never know your name. They don't give a fuck about you. All they give a shit about is money. Doesn't matter what it is. Like there is no loyalty to. You're right. You vote. You vote with your dollars, and I try my best to just buy whatever I feel is best and avoid as much garbage as I can. But hey, everybody gets to choose their own dollars.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Yep.
Fair. Rich shits can both eat shit, eat each other's stains. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. We're like the proletariat fucking podcast over here.
Yeah, apparently.
That's all I had for that. If you got anything else, you can.
I have a tie-in to Fortnite, actually.
Man, we are fucking nailing this week.
Yeah. So Epic has decided that they want to begin to look into a video content department. And not just go in like, oh, hey, we're making small little like 10, 15-minute YouTube video. No, they're going in saying, hey, what do you think of Fortnite the movie?
Oh, God. Oh, that's what I think of Fortnite the movie. That face right here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That is worse than the emoji movie idea. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Oh, fucking Christ. Also, nice job striking while the iron's hot. That game is like, I mean, I'm sure it still makes a lot of money, and I'm sure a lot of people still play it, but not exactly like, shit, that's like Simpsons movie level of bad. Good God. Okay.
But yeah, it's basically basically they have come forward and saying that yeah, we're looking into making a video content department that is more than likely going to be focusing on making a Fortnite like feature goes into the theaters movie.
Okay, I will say this. Let's not all negative Nancy this. They have done a butt ton of crossover stuff in Fortnite, including both DC and Marvel. You know, their own storyline, which does have a storyline if you fucking dig at it or watch, Matt Pat videos.
Yeah.
Epic does have a ton of money, so at least maybe it would look good. But like, in what universe does this sound like a good idea? Like,
here's the ultimate question for you, though.
Okay.
In the history of movies based on video games, where do you think this I didn't even finish the question.
Nice. I didn't think I needed the rest of it.
You're absolutely right, though. It's like, where do you think this will rank, like 1 to 10, or 0 to 10 scale?
I mean, like it'll be okay. So it would still make a lot of money because kids are fucking morons.
Yeah, yeah.
Like and parents will take any child to see anything with,
As long as it
CG
shuts
and
them up for 2 hours. Yeah.
right, right. Um, I don't know. Quality of the movie, Jesus Christ, man. Oof, good lord. Have we even ever had a good video game to like movie translation?
Ugh. Not that I can directly think of right off the top of my head. There have been some that have been like
Yeah,
passable, but like
yeah,
barely passable kind of a thing.
yeah.
So
You ever seen Blood Rain?
oh,
Did you ever see Blood Rain 2? Did you even
good
know
lord.
there was a second Blood Rain movie?
No, no, I didn't.
That is quite a delight. Let me just say, you and your husband
Yeah.
should sit down, get some popcorn, and rank on that fucking movie because
Actually,
it is
actually,
hilarious.
actually, I take that back. I did realize that they made a second one. Um, I thought it was a direct to TV one though.
It was.
Oh,
It
okay,
was.
okay.
Oh, it was. That one did not exactly blow out the theaters.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. Like, if Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, is here, Blood Rain 2 is somehow here. That, like, if that tells you anything. And both those movies are garbage. Like,
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater worthy of garbage.
Oh, hey, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll eventually see it on there, right?
Yeah, God, riff tracks probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, anything else on that?
No, no. Just that. Hey, get ready for the Fortnite
Fortnite
movie,
movie.
and they've already, or at least they haven't officially said it's more than likely the story will not be based on the campaign mode of
Uh,
it. It'll be more the battle
multiplayer.
royale story
Yeah.
mode, and it's
I mean,
like,
that does have story, I
yay,
guess. I mean, it does have a story. Like,
yeah. But I mean, at the same point in time, it's like, okay, how many times can you? Because I'm assuming it'll take place over a series of battle royales. So
oh, good point.
it's like the same people are just going to be launching into battle royales, and the story's going to be unfolding. So it's like, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Unless the whole thing took place during one, I guess.
that would either probably have to be a excessively long battle
Yeah,
royale
that's what I would assume.
or an excessively weak story. Like Blood Rain would be top tier primo A plus 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 story compared to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do we want to talk about next? Do we want to do well, we're almost at the 1 hour mark, which means
Wow.
we're about at our time to talk shit on Twitch moment.
Yeah.
That's we're getting close. Um, but I got something else first.
Okay.
So the Avengers game, the one that came out, okay. Um, it's third person beat 'em up looter shooter,
Yep.
basically. Um, so it comes out on Game Pass. Well, let me back up just a hot second. Launched to very little people being happy about it. Very microtransaction heavy, very boring campaign. Just people were not thrilled. I mean, that let alone to talk about the fact that they didn't license the MCU actual humans who play them, so they're just like fucking, Robert Downey Jr.'s fucking third cousin, who I'm apparently now supposed to go, okay, that's Tony Stark. Also not voiced by anybody. Um, so it comes out, people are kind of like, ugh, God, not good. Uh, so it goes on to Game Pass. And in Game Pass, it actually ends up doing a bunch of good traction.
Mm,
I guess since it was in Game Pass and people were like, hey, it's free, I might as well check it out. People started really liking it. It was actually the most played game the week that it launched, and actually it had some other strong competitors. Um, so they had said, low these many months ago, that there was going to be nothing in game that you could buy that would change the experience in any way. So everything you could buy with real world money was going to be just cosmetics,
yep.
skins, and they went fucking hard in the paint with the fucking amount of skins you could make. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways, So comes out in Game Pass, starts picking up some steam. Literally 3 days ago, somebody noticed in the fucking store you can buy XP bonuses.
Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ. Like, are you, what are you high? You finally started getting some good people, like actually like some traction, some goodwill. And within a week, you're like, oh, quick, how can we capitalize this on as fast as possible? And FYI, they come in forms of a 1.5 bonus for all of your experience across the board in three different flavors. One that's a daily, one that's a fucking 3 day, and one that's a week long. Fuck you, dude. Like,
Mm.
unfucking believable. You greedy fucking twats. Like, unbelievable.
Mm. Jeez.
It, like, you got some goodwill back and then you burn that bridge instantly. Come on, man. People are not happy.
No, 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 no. Yeah. As far as that, I mean, I understand the fact of obviously the game developer needs to make money and like that, but it's like you were practically sitting on a mint, just churning out tons and tons of cosmetics. Why do you now need to start adding the pay to win factor into the game?
You know, Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna counter my own thing here for a second. So, you know what their thought could have been if they had messaged this correctly? I think I could have understood.
Okay.
Their thought could have been the game came out a year and a half ago, and now there's a bunch of new players coming in. So maybe to like let them catch up experience wise, they were like, hey, if we now again, messaging was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Also, you really should have told people ahead of time you were going to do that. And it's not like this is a competitive game. There's no versus. Avengers is just co-op.
Yeah.
Um, so like I guess it really just I guess maybe it's just a messaging thing. Because if they had been like, hey, with this influx of new players, we're gonna introduce these things, and maybe if they had even like sold them for like in-game dollars as opposed to real world dollars, you could be like, hey, okay, I'm gonna splurge, 20,000 space coins or whatever, and give myself a 1.5 experience boost for whatever 3 days.
Hmm.
Um, I could see that, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense because some people have been playing this since day one, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be way further ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, so maybe it's just a messaging thing. Like I don't know. I don't know why I'm actually like
Defending them.
well, yeah. Well, it's not a defending thing. Like I just like to play
Seeing
like
both sides of the coin.
right
Yeah.
devil's advocate. Like let's look both sides of the argument. Let's not
Mhm.
just always go fuck these guys.
The one thing I will say that they probably could have also done to effectively make it a little bit more well received. Obviously they want to get more money, so they'll have it be able to be purchased for real world money. But also, like what Splitgate does, if I save up enough for the coins, I can actually buy the season pass during the season with Splitgate currency and not
Yep.
spend a dime.
Yep.
So it's like that might not have been a bad thing to do too. I mean, just
Yeah.
have it be like, okay, here it for real world dollars, it's like $1 for a 24-hour bonus, and it'll be say 1,000
In
coins
game.
in game, or something like that. So that
Sure.
way, if you've got the money in game to spend, you can spend that for the
Yeah.
bonus. So
Yeah. And that would literally help everybody, right? Like
yeah,
across the board.
yeah.
Um, yeah, this was just like so poorly fucking like
Hmm.
damn. I don't understand. I like when people like I know for a fact this isn't true because I have worked at a large video game company for 10 years. I know that there's multiple people in these rooms making all of these decisions. I just can't imagine somebody not raising their hand and be like, "Hey, we just started getting some like good word of mouth finally." And then probably some suit asshole walks in from, on high and was like, how can we monetize this?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, fuck, man. Like, god damn, the fucking industry is bad. But
Yep.
whatever. fuck them.
Although I will say this, it's not necessarily the industry that's bad. It's
No,
the suits in the industry that are bad.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the gamers that are in development positions and in the producer positions, they know what gamers want, or have at least an idea to begin to mold into what gamers want. It's the suits standing behind those producers, developers, yada, 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 that are sitting there cracking the whip going, faster, faster, you fool, you fool. At which point it's like, well, okay, fine. Here's the product we agreed we would develop and release. Here's the product we have done, and the suit's like, okay, fine. Give me that now. We'll sell that for $60, and maybe if we want, we'll DLC the rest of it.
And like interestingly, ooh, Castlevania just came out. Oh god, I like. Nobody gets into the video game industry. I've met a couple of programmers who got in because they just didn't give a shit. Code is code. But most people who get into working in the video game industry is because we have a passion for gaming,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So we understand that.
Mhm.
Now, CEOs and managers, I saw a ton of those motherfuckers who come and went, who didn't give a fuck about the industry and knew how to project manage, but didn't know how to work in a video game setting, particularly.
Mhm.
And that's really where I think the grinding of gears happens, right? Like, because the guys who actually make your games, they give a shit. They want to give you the best experience, but these higher ups, sometimes it's like, dude, dollar signs or GTFO, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's part of the fucking industry, which it's just the shitty side.
Hmm. Yeah.
But all right, so that was what I had for the
Okay.
Avengers. Also, if you like the Avengers and you're still having fun, cool, man, good on you. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Um. All right. Destiny 2. There is a new expansion announced. It's going to be coming out either late December, early January, sometime in there. It's called the Witch Queen. It's going to continue progressing the story. New activities are going to be available. New raid, whole new uh, area on the map. I forget what they called it right off the top of my head. So that'll be cool, expanding what players can do. Downfall. They're going to be vaulting. They're going to be putting the Forsaken DLC campaign or expansion campaign, along with the Taken Shore, in the vault. Which really sucks because uh, there is a merchant there that effectively allows you to trade various resources. So it makes me wonder, are they going to replace him? Are they going to move him? And also, how is this storyline going to vault that? Um, Needless to say, I'm guessing people are going to be upset. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people sitting there going, "Yay, we lost this, but we gained this." It's six of one, half dozen of the other. I'm not seeing the massive good side of it, but I'm not seeing that it's all bummer drummer kind of a thing.
is this the last one for Destiny 2, or did they not know
They've got at least two more uh,
expansions?
expansions after this announced. Whether they even move to a Destiny 3 or not, um, because
Hmm.
realistically, it was Activision that was sitting there cracking the whip on them, on Bungie, saying, "Quick, release more content, faster, faster, faster. Release a new sequel now. Come on, hurry." Um, and now that Bungie broke away, they have their own timeline. They can do whatever the fuck they want, which is why the current season has already been going for 9 weeks, and it's supposed to last until end of December, beginning of January.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that is too much.
So
Too much. See, so your Wednesdays are going to be free in January.
I may cut it short. I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Um, uh,
but yeah, that's Destiny 2, which is kind of like, meh, okay, new expansion, yay, cool, fun. Not super thrilled, but not super excited either.
that sucks. Like, it sucks when you're into a game and like apathy starts rolling in. Like, dude, I'm the same way. Like, fucking on Rainbow Six.
Well,
Like, I
the one thing I was saying was that there is a new expansion coming, which okay, that's
right.
cool, but they're getting rid of a whole location on the map that players can go to, and in that location, there's a vendor that not only gives you bounties for the day and week, but also effectively exchanges resources. So if
You don't
you
think they'll
you
just
have
move them?
tons of this resource and you need to get this resource, he depending on the day might
Yeah.
be you might be able to sell this and get this, and I doubt they're going to move him.
Yeah, that
So
does suck.
yeah,
Yeah, that does suck. Maybe they thought it was like breaking the economy. Yeah, who knows? We don't know yet, so you know, let's not speak on something we don't know.
yeah.
Uh, so 58 minutes. I think that's the Twitch gets dunked on segment. Is that what this is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Um, unfortunately for us last week, and I was actually when I heard this news on Wednesday, I was actually mad. I was like, God damn it! One day after our show, motherfucker, it couldn't have happened on today, and we could have talked about it. No. All right. So last week on Monday, there was a humongous violation into Twitch's entire system.
Hmm.
Um, and a hacker took out 128 gigs known so far of information from the inside of Twitch. The thing that's kind of crazy about it is he puts it up on 4chan. He just goes, "Here's 128 gigs of not only like there's a laundry list of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let's just start at the beginning. So the first thing that came out obviously was, hey, everybody change your passwords and all that shit.
Yep.
So if you haven't done so, change your passwords.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and he basically said he wants the toxic community and all this bullshit to kind of not be a thing. So he also took the SDK, which is the actual how the system works, and he copied it and just gave it to everybody.
Hmm.
Which is super fucked up because that means we could have another fucking Twitch on our hands, like another company who just copy pastes it basically.
Uh,
Crazy.
that I doubt they would be able to just copy paste it because that would
Yeah, I
be
know. Like you just
copyright
make
at
it
that point.
enough
But
different,
yeah,
but
20% legally different to avoid
right.
copyrights.
Legally distinct from.
Legally,
This is not
yes, that's right.
Godzilla.
Legally
This is
distinct.
brown giant lizard guy. Like, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
Um that was crazy. So then they started looking into what he got. There were some real nuggety nuggets once I started digging into this.
Oh yeah.
One of them was there was apparently a Steam competitor uh, idea called Vapor that is partially in this code. So maybe Amazon is thinking about getting into their own digital distribution network, um, which is makes sense
Mm.
for Amazon. It makes sense for Amazon,
It
right?
makes
Like,
sense for Amazon, but I'm also looking at other things of recent that I've more news pieces I've got. So, but yeah.
oh, that's fair. Um, so the other thing that was leaked in this was streamer payouts. Every streamer's payouts going back to 2019,
Yeah. Yep.
which is pretty crazy. Uh, I'd like to stop right there and talk about this a little bit. Um,
And darn it,
fucking A.
I don't come in the top 1,000. Darn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shucks.
I probably don't even come in. Um, uh, so the top 80 people
Mhm.
were made $1 million in the most recent payout. So literally now again, if you look at how many people stream on Twitch, it is 0.01. When a guy I read, a mathematician kind of dug into it, and he said 0.01% of people. So don't quit your day jobs and think that Twitch is going to give you any money, because Twitch isn't going to give you fucking money like that.
No, hell
Um,
no.
but some of those numbers were insane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hey, a little mustache, a little follow. Love to see it.
Ah, nice.
Um, nice. And thank you. Um, the top numbers, I at first when I was reading them, top 80 people were making $1 million. I thought they meant by the year. And no, they were talking about a month. And some of those top in that 80 were making absurd amount of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is just from Twitch, which means it is only counting subs and ads, not their deal with Twitch, not external deals that I know most of them obviously have,
Yep.
not donos, because donos go through Streamlabs. So that has nothing to do with Twitch. So that also doesn't get counted.
Yep.
Um, Dude, if you were out there and you were listening, do not support big streamers. They don't need your money anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you can go there and watch them all you want, but there is no reason to give those dudes money. They are making fucking bank without you. Um, so the other thing that was really caught my eye was the no ban list. Did you see this?
I think I did.
So
I don't remember right off the top of my head though. But yeah, go on.
okay. There was also a list of top streamers, and in between, there were notes and specific instructions. The one that I caught on was Tyler One, because I kind of think he's funny. Um, Next to Tyler One's name, it said no bans. Directly email this person and or this person. So there is a system on Twitch, whether it's clearly not automated, where a ban notification comes to somebody, like a strike notification comes into Twitch. Twitch then has a person look at it. Then it has a note, oh, it's Tyler One. So I have to email this guy and see if we're going to do anything about it. So there is like a hierarchy of people that
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck. Like, let them do whatever the fuck they want. They're making us millions of dollars.
figured as
Yeah.
much.
But to have that actually come out and be completely like in the open, woo, wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, they don't give a fuck about us.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah, yeah. I mean, considering at this point, with you and me streaming right now, we're costing them more money than they're making off of us, guaranteed.
Right.
So
Yep.
they're like, "Oh, you did something bad? Fuck you. We'll just like boot you off the platform. We don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
So
What are we losing? $5?
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah. That was crazy.
Mhm.
So then the other thing that like comes around that I read at the very end of his 4chan post, he actually, after his little rant about Twitch being toxic and everybody sucking, which definitely kind of came off a little
Toxic.
Unabombery to me. No, it came off a little Unabombery, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
kind of guy in a shed kind of situation in my mind. But weirdly enough, he ended the post with Twitch do better hashtag.
Yeah.
So he clearly is a part of the Twitch community in some, aspect, right? Like, he either watches Twitch or,
Yeah.
he's got a couple of favorites.
Yeah.
And I keep saying his, it could be a lady, don't like,
True. True.
Um, but uh yeah, so there's all the stuff. Now let's fucking dig in here, because that is a huge box of shit to talk about.
I would also recommend that not only change your passwords, change your stream keys too. Which, granted,
Yeah.
Twitch, I believe they automatically change them. Uh, but I would still recommend changing them again just to be on the safe side, because yes, you may have changed your password uh like that, but if someone still has your current stream key, they can actually be streaming on your account, at which point you're still liable for anything that they may be doing. And considering odds are they're probably not going to be making you millions of dollars. Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to Sunday for gifting me a bunch of shit, a bunch of subs. Thank you so much, Sunday. Appreciate you. You mean the world to me.
Cool, cool.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's super crazy. And yes, for the love of everybody, and uh, do the two factor authentication. I know it's
Mhm.
annoying, but even if you're just a viewer and not just a streamer, just sign up for it. That is so cool. Um, uh, I it's just for your own benefit, right?
It's
Like
an
it's
additional
just
layer of safety.
right. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's one time, it's a little annoying, but just do it.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so next, let's talk a little bit about this vapor thing.
Yeah.
Because the idea for Twitch, for Amazon to make their own digital distribution store for video games makes a lot of sense to me. They've just put out New World.
True.
They're seeing a lot of success there. The fact that they would want to lean more into video gaming makes total sense to me. Amazon
Mhm.
tries to sell you everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very easily, because especially considering the simple fact of, like you said, Amazon tries to sell you everything and anything under the sun. So why not, in part of Twitch, if they really wanted to get this whole like Steam competitor Vapor up and running, have a section where you can go from Twitch straight over to Vapor to buy the game that you're watching on Twitch being played.
Right.
Now, granted, I can pretty much guarantee you that they would start it being exclusive, just the uh, Amazon developed games, or have special deals so that way, like, you can bring those over from Steam as well. Blah blah blah, all that. But it really would be interesting just to give, not to say Steam's bad, but just to give Steam some more competition.
Mhm.
Considering we've seen, I think now, the rise and fall of Origin and Ubisoft. No,
Yeah.
Ubisoft is still around as far as their platform, but it's
Yeah,
like,
they do. They still have it. It just sucks.
yeah, it's on life support though, I think, at this point.
Yeah. I had actually heard a rumor that they were thinking about doing the same thing. So you know how EA now is bundled into the Game Pass?
Okay,
There was a rumor a couple months ago that Ubisoft's service would be doing the same thing and just rolling in.
interesting.
That'd be great for me. I'd
Yeah,
be cool with a bunch of free Ubisoft games.
yeah, yeah,
Well, free.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Have we talked about the remastered GTA yet? No. We will probably be talking about that immediately after this because I would also like to talk about that.
Actually, I was gonna say right after this, I have another piece on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's maybe break it up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, so the other thing I would like to talk a little bit more about that no ban list. I
Yeah.
totally get it, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, how can we all be equal if
Eh,
clearly we are
we're
fucking
not.
not?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know? And again, I get it, we're small and shit, like, but like, oh man, goddamn.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
that is just that's a real kick in the junk to all small streamers, you
Hmm.
know? Um, and like most of the big streamers were like, yeah, dude, we make a lot of money. Like and they were like making jokes about it. And I don't know
Hmm.
if you saw, like some people were putting their number on their channel. They were like, number 34, highest fucking paid in the fucking game. Like, I get it, man. You're number 34. I wish I could have my number. I almost want to go through that entire doc, try to find my number,
Yeah.
be like 7,000 million 760. It looks like a fucking like a carbon date, you know, like 75 0. I would do that. Um,
Honestly, I would do that just for the simple fact of not have it be like some giant long number, but bust it down to like scientific notation.
yes, that would be awesome. To like the 58th power or whatever. Yeah, that would be really funny.
Uh,
I guess that says a good like something about us. Like, at least we're all having fun with it. I guess whatever, fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
considering the simple fact of success is however you decide to measure it, not how others decide to measure it.
right,
And I
right.
mean, for me right now, it's like, okay, I'm an affiliate. I'm
Yeah.
successful. I'll take that.
But like, dude, if I get like fucking $20 a month, I'm like, hey man, that's a fucking a case of beer. Sweet.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Like right now
exactly.
I really need a second monitor. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the things like I need like life stuff. So like whatever, if I get some help, like fucking people are cool and some people who show up are fucking cool. Like um what do you say?
Eye drops.
Oh, eye drops. I thought you said eye drop, as in like he had to take a shit. Eye
No,
drop.
no.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, so I guess Twitch is just what you make of it, right? Like,
Mhm.
don't fucking drop out of school if you're 12 and think that you're gonna be rich and famous on YouTube or Twitch or anything.
Yeah,
Just fucking
yeah,
have fun, do whatever.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like overall, the other thing that I didn't mention yet, that dude also said this was part one of what he got.
Mm, yeah.
So we could see some other drop come or two other drops come at some point in the near future. So, stick with us. We'll be here. We'll follow the story because I'm always fascinated with this.
We dig through all the shit so you guys don't have to.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
And I like dunking on Twitch. um,
Current habits: dunking on Twitch, dunking on Blizzard Activision,
yeah,
dunking
dude.
on Riot.
Dunking on capitalism. Like my Tinder profile would be real weird, and most people would not like it. I would not get a lot of people to swipe right, if you know what I'm saying. Um,
And if they did, it'd be like, hmm. Do I?
It's just it's just me with a wig on the other profile. I gotta look like somebody's interested. Um, uh, so let's quickly talk about this GTA remaster thing
Okay.
because I'm actually I'm interested to talk about this. So okay, I'm gonna start by saying, as a guy who loves San Andreas, I fucking love that game. I'm excited because I'm totally cool with playing San Andreas again. And if they give me like the first person shit, like it was in five, like okay, whatever, I guess. Really, for me, it's like, can you make the fucking helicopters and jets not fly like absolute dog shit? That would be fucking lovely. That would be great. But I love that crew. Like I like anytime I see any meme like repping, like I'm like, yep, let's go. Like I don't know. San Andreas is very cool. Like it's very special to me. I love that game. It came out at a time when I was actually kind of going through some shit in my personal life. So I kind of lost a lot of hours into that game, and I don't know, I loved it. I know Vice City gets a lot of love, and hey, cool. I like Vice City too. Not
Hmm?
not really super stoked.
Hello.
Hi. That was quick shit. Um, I don't really. Okay. Now I'm gonna say the rest of this. Man, sure would like Grand Theft Auto 6 and stop selling me the same games for 100 million years. Unfortunately, I'm still probably gonna give him the $60 because of San Andreas alone. Um, you know, that oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like that's me. Ah shit, here we go again. Like
Mhm.
okay, fine. Um, yeah. What about you?
Um, Probably not because I think realistically I've played all of maybe an hour of collective GTAs.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've
Oh my god.
like dating back to GTA 1 where it was just the top down and like the general consensus of things to do was just see high you could how many cops you could have chasing
Cars.
after you kind of a thing.
Mm,
Yeah, that franchise. I mean, I get it. It's not for everybody,
right.
but like and it wasn't for me. So it was just kind of like, okay, cool. Like I've seen people speed run it, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Kind of getting the quick and dirty of the storyline that that unfolds in a lot of them, but it's never really been one where it's like, oh hey, yeah, I'll pick this up, pay money and pick this up, it's kind of a thing. So
Um, GTA 6 dropping 2035. You
yeah.
might want to put 3035. Um,
No, that's
yeah,
Half-Life 3.
you're right. And a million others. I think I love I especially when that when just vanilla 3 came out, dude, that brought like open world gaming into like next level shit.
Hmm.
Like that really like opened people's eyes to like what you can create in a sandbox.
Yeah.
Now granted that mute bastard was not exactly a real fucking charmer as the main character. He just conversation is happening around him.
Yeah.
Um but even he came back up in 4, and I was like, "Oh shit, I get to race against the guy who I already was in 3." Like, fuck, man, like it's so cool. Like I love that world. I love that universe. I wish a little bit. I mean, I also love fucking Saints Row, So like I am literally their target audience for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um I wish that GTA would kind of pick a lane if it's going to be serious or funny. Sometimes it feels like the fucking like the theming
Drunk
and
bastard driving down the car, driving down the road, kind of a thing. And they're like,
right,
which
and
lane do
then
I go in?
like right. It just feels like some things are really like funny, and then like try to do like drama. It's like, dude, I didn't come here for drama. I don't know if you don't know this or not, but like this is a ridiculous fucking world and a ridiculous bunch of fucking characters in it. Like, but they do have like speaking on that, they do have really really cool characters. Like fucking the Ballad of Tony was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Lost season was at 4. I think it was no, that was the first DLC on 4. Um, I was just getting done watching fucking what do you call it? The biker show on FX. Like, man, good stuff. Good stuff. Like main character in Vice City, super cool. Like they make good characters. It's just that like I wish like I wish they'd just kind of pick a lane sometimes. Now, this is the other thing. I bet they're going to charge me fucking $60 because it's 3
Oh yeah.
games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's a little unfortunate too,
Yeah.
but whatever. All
Uh,
right.
the other thing I want to point out, and this is just like trivia nugget, uh, for all the GTA games, if you look
Yeah.
at the cover, if I remember correctly, in the upper left corner, it's a helicopter
Yeah.
on every single one, and it's like, what's the obsession with the helicopter in that corner panel? I mean, it's like everything else has changed. Why the helicopter?
Maybe they're trying to keep some sort of continuity with that one helicopter.
I, I guess.
Yeah.
They could fix everything else in the game, and they're like, no, we just can't figure out how to make a helicopter fly better. So let's just put the helicopter right back up there, folks.
Front center.
Yeah,
Know what you're getting into.
yeah, exactly. You're gonna crash and burn, especially if you try and fly a helicopter.
Okay. What do you got next?
Kind of looping back to Twitch for a little bit here. Um, big streamer, you probably may have heard of them, Amaranth.
Oh yeah.
Typically known for her not safe for work content.
And ASMR.
ASMR, hot tub streams, things like that.
Yep.
Not safe for work branding of stuff. Apparently, on the 8th of October, she was banned not for the 3rd time, not the 4th, the 5th time from Twitch. She was also simultaneously banned from TikTok and Instagram. No reasons from all 3 locations.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
The thing that's really kind of chapping me a little is the simple fact of, granted, before the leak, everyone knew they didn't have proof, but everyone knew that the big streamers, they get away with murder, and the little streamers, okay, we have to do literally everything by the fucking book. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. And the book says you get 3 bans and then you're booted from the platform. Period.
Yeah.
This is her fifth.
Yeah.
And she's already sitting here thinking, oh, it'll be like a week or so and I'll be back on Twitch. So it's like Twitch, especially now after the leak, you obviously can't even go by your own damn rules.
Yeah.
Get rid of them or
Yeah.
apply them universally. Don't fucking play favorites.
Yeah, I agree. You know what really would help? Like some sort of like tier listing for like strikes, or
Mhm.
give you more strikes. Like let's say it's 10, right? And each individual instance could be a certain value, 1 to 5.
Yeah,
And then once you hit that threshold of 10, it's like, all right, get the fuck out. Like, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, because the DMCA strike, like,
Three of those and you can lose your channel.
right.
Yeah.
Like for a fucking song, that's
Mhm.
bullshit.
Mhm.
Like, and then Dr. Disrespect can literally walk into a public toilet live streaming and gets nothing happen
Yep.
to him.
Yep.
Like, no, actually, that's not true. He had a 1 day ban.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the other thing is this ban to Amaranth was handed to her on the 8th. If you remember correctly, last month Twitch did a sweeping change to their ban system where anytime they hand out a ban, there is a video clip and detailed explanation why they were banned. She didn't even get that. It was just, you have a ban. Have a nice day.
That's odd.
So, right out of the gate, they're already breaking their own damn rules.
Yeah.
Again. It's like,
Yeah.
can you freaking. Oh, Twitch unbanned her today, you think? Okay.
Oh, she did? I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not surprised.
that's what Change It Up is saying in my channel here. So,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I,
And
I'm not
yeah,
surprised.
no, me either. Because
Yeah.
she was on that top fucking. I think she was like top 20 or something.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
that girl makes fucking bank.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, considering she even in the article she replied to journalists asking, as far as being banned from Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, for the weekend, I guess I'll go make YouTube videos. And then someone asked her, okay, on a level of like 1 to 10, how much of a oh shit things are in the fire level are you at as far as finances? And she's like,
0.
maybe a 1, or like she was like, this is a 3% oh shit, like I'm in financial difficulty kind of a thing. And it's like, dear fucking god.
I mean, it's hard to be in financial difficulty when you're making like legitimately $5 million a month.
True.
Like, and again,
True.
that's only from Twitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what I'm saying, you could literally stream if you got to that point. You could stream for 1 year and be like, I'm done, I'm out.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like, the
Pretty
only
much.
other thing that pisses me off about that is like I wish that more streamers would use their like big streamers would use their money for charity. Um, wow.
That
Um,
I would
yeah,
get
that's
behind
rough.
that, or have like big streamers looking at some of the smaller streamers and being like,
Yeah,
"Hey guys, I'm done streaming for the day. I'm going to bring my 1,000 viewers right now over to this streamer who is playing the same game I'm playing. He has 2 viewers.
yep.
Let's go be nice. Let's go give him follows. If you want, if he's a affiliate, feel free,
Drop some subs.
drop him some subs, some
Yeah,
bits, maybe a dono or two, whatever. Go do that. I would love to see the big streamers doing that.
yeah,
And realistically, they're very rare to see that happen.
yeah. Yeah. I wish there was a little bit more goodwill like
Mm-hmm.
on that, but you know, tough when you're on tough to be the king, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, so do you want to talk about the Amico?
Okay.
I totally want to talk about the Amico. Um,
The laughing stock, you mean?
no, come on, this is the
I,
best.
I've got my Amico,
Yeah, no shit.
my phone.
So if you don't know, the Amico is in television's new mustache.
Yeah.
Nothing. Um, that's really funny for the Amico. The Amico is in television. Am I? We the only people who are old enough to even remember the Intellivision? Oh, right. Good point. Okay.
My
Okay.
husband
A
knows what
man
the
with
Intellivision is.
right. Okay. The Amico is going to be a new console bringing back new versions of classic Intellivision games. There is no console yet. They have had to back up their launch twice now, and they have just been basically getting people in, giving them money to make this supposedly next gen system. It is headed by a man called Tommy Tallarico, and he's a real piece of garbage, and quite the scammer. Uh, the most recent news is there's going to be physical copies of the Intellivision games. So I was
Yep.
like, that's weird. Why would you do that for okay, huh? That'd be cool, I guess. So I went and I fucking did a little more digging. Yeah, the boxes are fucking empty. All they
Hmm.
are basically QR codes.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, I don't know if you saw the price point and how they were selling these. Um, but there's 8 total titles that they're making physical copies for,
Hmm.
and you can get all 8 of them for $150, or you can get a set of 4 for $80. Cardboard. That's what you're paying for here is cardboard.
Yep. Yep.
Fucking the part that made me laugh the most was that Tommy Tallarico had somebody ask him, so what do you what do you think the advantages are of this physical release? And he goes, I think collectors are really gonna find this great. They're totally gonna find this worth the money. What? This is $150 for 8 pieces of cardboard, bro. Hey, if anyone out there is interested in those, I also have collector's edition Alex Quino minted 12 packs, and I will sell them off for $50 a pop. Like, this is the most fucking absurd. There isn't even an instruction manual in these. There is nothing printed inside the boxes.
The one thing I will say that does come in the box that you didn't mention for these limited edition ones, these are limited edition too. So quick,
Oh,
get in now.
yep.
There
For a
is
console that doesn't exist.
Yep, for a console that doesn't exist yet. The next deadline actually is the 20th of October here. So
Oh, is that right?
yeah,
So hurry
yeah,
up. If you want to get that cardboard, you better get on it.
yeah. But the other thing that comes in the box is a coin, and
Is that right?
yeah, well, supposedly a coin. Whether it's metal or plastic, I'm guessing plastic.
Classic. Yeah.
um, but on one side it's the face on like effectively the face of the coin. There is some like logo, emblem, whatever, main character of the game relating to the game that it came with, and then on the other side is the Intellivision like stick
Logo.
figure
Yeah.
character,
Yeah.
and it's like, what the fuck is this piece of shit?
That's $180 is what that is, friend.
Woohoo.
No, I wasn't talking centavos, asshole. Yeah, I just love the balls of this guy. So the other thing that I
Yeah.
watched, as I was watching the CU podcast, the Completely Useless podcast. If you're into classic retro gaming, check them out. Pat the NES Punk, it's super good. Um, they had so they got another injection of money from whatever fucking investor they got it from. I can't even believe that there's still like investors in this shit that people
God.
anyways. So they got this I'll take a picture Alex R Roy Rock 18. Ooh, you can totally get that. That is no problem. um so the thing that was they set up a video to show their new offices. And it was like 10 minutes long, and it was hilarious. It was huge, new looking, and there was barely anyone there. Like there was more counter space than there was stuff to put on the counters. And they're just walking around. All the screens are blank. They're just black. There's nothing being made on them. Like I don't know. Again, I don't know if you've walked around an office before, like a studio. There, every monitor is always on. People are always working on stuff. They're walking around the Amico. There's no PCs on, nothing being shown. And at one point, he shows up and he goes to the QA department. There's 4 guys sitting around a TV that's like, I don't know, let's call it 40 inches. playing the supposedly working Amigo or Amico. Um, and and he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" They looked so unhappy. It was so funny. They were just like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, dude? Cool." Like they fucking showed this guy no respect. It was so funny.
Mm.
The bold strategy con.
That sounds like the best part of the video.
It was so funny, dude. It was so funny. Like, and the thumbnail picture for that, like, I wanted to fucking take a picture of it and like make a meme out of it because they were just so like over it. They were like fucking done with this whole thing. Yeah, that was amazing. Um,
God.
so yeah, um,
Mm.
yeah, fucking Amico. It's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about when they have to admit that like, oh, this is never coming out, or let's say it does come out and it fucking bombs into the dirt. Like, oh
Like
man,
the
it's gonna be
Ouya?
fun to talk about. Yeah, like the Ouya, right?
Because that's
Exactly.
exactly what it is. It's the
Yeah,
freaking Ouya. And we
yeah,
all remember that thing, don't we? And if you don't remember, I'm not surprised.
yeah. Me and you and 8 other people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just a Raspberry Pi. Who gives a shit anyway?
Yeah. It's literally all it is. It's an Android device that's running the damn
Uh,
thing.
I mean, that's pretty much what the Amico is looking like at this point.
That,
Like,
oh,
seriously.
they gave tech specs of it when
Yeah,
it first came to our attention. It was I want to say my phone, 6 years
right.
old. My phone, I think, is actually more powerful than it.
And all these reimaginings, they're not like they're literally just
I busted phone.
like and all these remastered games, by the way, they still only have one working game that is actually being shown.
Why am I not
Ev-
surprised?
Everything else, great stream. Alex, hit you up tomorrow. Hell yeah, I'd love to see it. And thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Um, and yes, hit me up tomorrow. Um, yeah, I can't believe like this absolute clusterfuck, but hey, it's 2021. At this point, I'm gonna believe anything. Like it's like, sure, that might as well happen. Like, after you.
Alrighty. Well, seeing how this kind of ties in to Amazon,
Mm,
New World.
yep.
Um, when it came out with very long queue times to get into the game. People were unhappy. A lot of people made alternate characters on different servers, but in the same region. Some people made characters on wholly different regions. Uh, Amazon Games came out and said, "Don't worry, we're gonna get this all straightened out." They added more servers. They also said that we're going to um, allow limited time free server transfers. Server, not region.
Oh,
So, in other words, I'm on the east coast of the US here. If I made a character over in Europe and didn't want to have to, because I couldn't get on a friend's server here in North America, I can't move that character over. I am completely and totally SOL.
that sucks.
Because they said that the Europe database is the Europe database, the North America database is the North America database. We can't transfer shit back and forth between the two. It's physically not possible. The only way that's not possible is if it's completely different database schemas.
Yeah, because yeah, you can totally do. I mean, all you have to do is just like set it up to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you take the records of quest the character has done, skills that they're at, like level of
Right.
skills they're at, level they're at,
Copy,
hit blah 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 blah.
paste.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do a region transfer. They are still going to be doing server transfers within the same region. So there's that. But they've also said that the system at the moment to do server transfers is buggy, so we're going to delay doing that and iron out those bugs first. they also didn't address what I would say is the giant elephant in the room of, okay, they're delaying the server transfers. When they do come out, though, what is the cost?
Right.
Because I can pretty much guarantee you that when it finally does come out, there is actually going to be a cost to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because for them to sit there and be like, okay, everybody who is currently in the game as of X date from launch, like if they were in the game at launch and after X amount of time after launch, they all get one free server transfer or a coupon for a reduced server cost for server transfer or whatever.
Mm.
It's still a thing of, yeah.
Well, and like that cost has got to be like, okay. So let's take a Final Fantasy, right? You
Yep.
can do that in Final Fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
and it costs you what, $7? I think
I
it's
want to
seven
say
bucks.
15.
15? Holy shit! Yeah. See, that's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. That's crazy. Because like, I don't feel like that's like difficult, right? Like,
No, it's not.
what are you really paying for? A fucking Control C and then a Control V.
Effectively, yes.
Right.
And here's the kicker. Final Fantasy 14. Wow. Both of them have effectively what would be region transfers.
Right.
So it's not like it can't be done because those are two separate companies for two separate MMOs. They figured it out.
Right.
Amazon, why are you sitting here saying it can't be done? It is impossible.
Probably because they like want to be like, oh, we figured it out. It took us hundreds of hours. It's gonna be $20 to change your
Probably,
server.
yeah.
Is probably why.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's real shitty, and it
Mm-hmm.
really doesn't make sense because we've seen it like multiple times,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and shit, I can go as far as to go. All right, fuck, like the same game on the same platform. I transferred my data from Xbox Smite to my PC. So there is absolutely no way you can tell me that it cannot be done. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked in the online field for fucking 10 years of my life. Um,
Yep.
yeah, that's kind of shite. That's kind of shite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so want to talk some more shit on companies?
Sure, why not? See, first half of the show, good. Later half of the show, talking shit.
Bagging on shitty. Um, so this is kind of I don't know. League of Legends Riot has removed the cross chat option in League of Legends. So prior, up until this, if you were on another team, I could hit all, so all speak,
Oh, okay.
and I could be like, "You guys fucking suck, and your mid laner is the worst. Suck a dick." They literally removed that, so now you can only chat to your current team, and this was in response to them trying to find a way to make their community less toxic. Um, and I guess they had a mode in game where, or a switch in game that you could flip that you would never hear that already. So if I had already set up my options to be like, I don't want to hear all speak because people are shitlords, and
Mhm.
you didn't, and somebody said something on my team, you would still get it. So like the option was still already there. I don't really understand what this fucking premise is. Like this is just taking away fun for some people, and I don't know. The thing that's interesting about it though, they said they're going to leave it this way where you can't have all speak for several patches, was what the exact quote was. And then afterwards, they're going to send out a bunch of questionnaires and see how people feel about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, that uh, I can kind of understand the fact of them doing that, even though there was already a switch in the game under the options, because there's a lot of games that a lot of people play that have options that they may not even realize there's an option there for whatever they want to try to do. But I mean, considering this is a very, I would say, minor thing, and okay, yes, cross team toxicity, whatever, but there's that doesn't do anything for the same team toxicity as well.
No, nope, sure doesn't.
So as far as Riot sitting here saying, "Oh, hey, we're doing this to address community toxicity," okay, so you're taking it from a 10 to a 9.9999. Cool,
Like,
thanks. I mean, I mean, I'm exaggerating that a little, but
yeah,
it's still a thing of it's like, all right, it helps some, but I don't see it helping that much to like diffuse the situation.
my thought is like if the option was already there in game, and by the way, League of Legends is literally like 99% played on PC. There's not even a fucking console port of it. PC players, every time you load into a game, where's the first place you go? Options. Like, you know what I'm saying? Legitimate. Like, I
Yep.
know for a fact that I do. Like,
Yeah.
um, so if the fucking switch is already there, I don't see what this is like. What is even the point of this? This is forcing that onto some people that might have fun. Like, now again, you could fucking make the argument like, yeah, it's really shitty when somebody has fun by being like, oh, you guys are the fucking worst. But fun's fun, and if you have the option to turn that shit off, then just turn it off. I don't understand why they're forcing this on everybody,
Uh-huh.
you know? And that also means let's say let's actually be cool about this for 2 seconds. Let's say a fucking match ends and me, Alex Quino the guy, I normally, if it's a good game and it's a tight game, I send GGs.
Yeah.
That means I can't even send GGs.
Uh-huh. Yeah. True. True. The other thing that I also thought of, and this actually happened to me a couple of times when I was actually playing League of Legends. Yes, I actually played League of Legends, believe it or not, at one point in time. Um, there were times where I would get into a match, and granted, I'm a noob at the game. I suck at the game, which is why I got out of the game. Um, but there was one or two times I would be like bottom lane or something like that, trying to actually play the game, and then all of a sudden, through all someone on either my team or the other team would say something like, "Oh, hey, our guy, like our mid laner's trying to sabotage us." To let the
Right?
other
Throwing
team know that, oh, hey, this is going to be a completely and totally like unfair
trash talk.
match. Yeah. So it's like, okay, what does everybody here want to actually continue the match, or do we want to just be like, okay, well, bye,
Yeah.
and not give a crap?
Yeah.
So
And like right there, there's two examples that we've given of things that just can't be done anymore because of this. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
So
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just figured it bared mentioning because it's a little weird. And if you do play League of Legends, you might want to know.
yeah, yeah. Um, pardon me. All right. You know what? We haven't talked about them in a long. I would say at least almost a month now. Blizzard. California, the DFEH filed a motion against Blizzard, Blizzard Activision, to cease and desist on destroying sexual harassment evidence. Because the EEOC said they can get rid of that. It's not needed for our case. Blah blah blah. California's Department of Fair Employment Housing stepped in and said, "Ho ho ho, we want that for our case with you." So it's kind of funny that Blizzard is sitting here like, quick, shred the papers.
Well, and interestingly, like, so how much did you read into this? Because this was actually several articles.
Oh God. Unfortunately, not a lot. I was just like, wow, Blizzard's at it again. Sucks
Yeah.
for you, Blizzard.
So the Communication Workers of America's Union actually started getting into this now because again, it goes to human rights and working conditions and shit.
Yep.
Um, so they also filed a complaint with the EEOC, and now basically there's like three groups. But here's the interesting thing: two guys left the EEOC and they joined the DFEH.
Uh-huh.
Now, Riot is kind of saying that this is collusion against them.
Ah.
God damn. So two lawyers leave one group, they come to another group. Both of them are still working against fucking you. So you go, well, this is madness. What? What has the whole world gone insane? It's like I can't
Yes.
spread my documents and just publicly harass women. It's like, no, bro, you really shouldn't. Um, the interesting thing to me on that was when that happened, the Communication Workers of America Union has filed a complaint against them now too. So now there's three groups actually all looking into this. The Communication Workers of America are a union. They basically, you know what a union is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what a union is.
Yeah.
Um, so uh, they're pissed off not about anything. So the EEOC and the DFEH are pissed off about the actual conditions themselves and what happened, and they're trying to get to the bottom of that. Now, the Communication Workers of America are looking into what Activision Blizzard has set up. Now, remember how last week we talked about how Activision Blizzard set up that $18 million fund.
Huh?
Hmm. So they went and started doing some digging in that. When they did the digging, dude, so Activision Blizzard has it set up in that $18 million. You get so if I worked with them and I went to go get some money from them, and I go to get into this fund. Do you know how much money I would get for my legal resources?
I would guess very little.
$450.
Phew, jeez.
$450 isn't like for anyone who's any good, isn't even a retainer fee for a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Like that is nothing. So now the Communication Workers of America are going to be like fucking digging into that side of it, basically. They want the money to be allocated more better for the fucking victims because this is like literally doing nothing for any of the victims. They
Yeah.
basically set aside $18 million, which to them is fucking nothing.
Uh-huh.
And they went, okay, well, there you go. It's all set up. You got $450 and you can sue us all you want. $450. So you get Better Call Saul for $450.
Yeah, really.
Like, so they're basically looking into it to ensure that some of the money actually goes somewhere and not just it's such an empty gesture, dude. It's
Uh-huh.
such an empty
Oh,
gesture.
God, yeah. I mean, that's realistically, considering the simple fact of Blizzard has sat there and done what they've been doing for, I want to say, at least a decade, if not more.
Mhm.
No, I will say more than a decade now.
Yeah.
And their oh, we're sorry gesture is, hey, we're gonna throw some pennies at you. Go away.
Right.
It's like,
Or, no,
what
no,
the
no. You
fuck?
can totally go. Look at all these. We have $18 million. Anyone can come and get this as long as you pay the upfront fee.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like,
Like, ugh, God. Like
yeah.
it's making me hate them more and more. The
Uh-huh.
more and more that I read it,
Uh-huh.
like. And again, I know that we talked about this last week. Everyone gets to make their own choice and play their own games, but man, this fucking sucks. These guys are shysters.
Uh-huh.
Like this is some shyster shit.
Hell, we mentioned it earlier this episode.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's the recurring theme of the show.
It is. Okay, so we are at 1 hour and 51 minutes. Do you have anything left?
I have two.
Okay, anything good? Because I have
Uh,
two as well, and I'm gonna skim one out.
Okay. I can easily skim one out as well.
Okay. Do you want me to go first or
Yeah,
last?
go for it. I don't care.
Okay. Um, so Back for Blood dropped today. Anyone who doesn't know, Back for Blood is made by Turtle Rock Studios, the guys who made Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 underneath Valve. But this is a completely original work. The way that this is, wait, ready? It's a original work. It's it's not just Left 4 Dead with a finger underneath its nose with a fucking mustache painted on it. No, no, we're completely not Left 4 Dead. It's like, yeah, dude, okay, I get it. You got a mustache now. See, I get it.
No, see, it's original work because it's a mustache and a beard.
Right, exactly. But I mean, this is just Left 4 Dead. Um, so I played it in the beta. I played it a little bit earlier today. I'm going to be playing it on stream tomorrow. Um, I there's a couple things I'm pissed off about here. One, let's just start here. Um, single players got screwed. This is unfucking believable.
Hmm.
So I logged in today. This is coming from my own personal before I even get to the actual story. Logged in today, got hooked up with my cousin Colin. You remember him, right?
Yep.
Yep. Um, we started playing, and I asked him. I was like, "Oh, did you put in any time?" And he was like, "Yeah, I played single player, but they don't the achievements don't unlock." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, achievements don't unlock in single player." And I was like, "That can't be right." So I went and I did a little digging. Lo and fucking behold, uh, it blocks Chivo's single player, stats, and progression. So it has solo campaign right there in the name. You will not unlock anything. Solo players get fucked. Have no fucking clue why.
Why have the solo campaign then?
Yep, exactly. Uh, that's fucking stupid. Then we're gonna circle back to me personally being pissed off. So there's a couple of missions. One that I've run into so far in Act One, where you go into a bar and you have to play a jukebox to get the horde away from another location. So basically, it's just like a stand your ground mission. They licensed the music for the game, but not the music to be streamed. So they didn't fully license the music. So every streamer on the planet is like, what the fuck, you idiots? So Back for Blood, the official account, had to tweet out, hey guys, sorry about that. Guess we weren't thinking. And now they're going to put out a streamer mode. So at this point, you could get a fucking DMC strike on your channel because they have 3 real world musical tracks that they had licensed to get in the game, but not be streamed on a fucking streaming service. You fucking morons. Who the fuck is running the clown car at this point?
Yeah. I mean,
Good God.
realistically, at this point in time, if you're going to use real world music in your game, one, you know your game is going to be streamed on Twitch. No matter how big or small it is, it's going to be streamed on Twitch. As long as it doesn't like blatantly show dick or anything else.
Unless you're Chatterbait.
True. True.
Chatterbait callback. Swish.
True. It's going to be streamed on Twitch.
Right.
So you're going to have to sit there, especially if you're using real world music, you're going to have to sit there and be like, okay, we need to have the licenses not only for it to be in game, but to have it be streamed so that way
Right.
we can still get our publicity from it
Right.
being streamed, our positive publicity. Because right now, the publicity that they've got is kind of
Every streamer on the
shitty.
planet that wanted to play it is like, well, fuck you, I guess. Like, what do I
Yeah,
have to do? Like, turn off the music on that section? Like,
apparently.
dude, I like in today's day and age, that is absurd. And you know why you fucking made that decision? Because you were trying to save 8 shekels or
Mhm.
whatever, and you'd rather fucking pay for the rights at like whatever cost and then not pay the like full like dude,
Yep.
if you're making a video game with real world music, for the love of God, get a contract saying that it doesn't matter for the rest of time. It is locked in. If we know anything, we saw the horrible fate that was left of the Tony Hawk series because they didn't do that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like that fucked that like beginning of that series. Jesus Christ, people! Like it's super annoying. So tomorrow I'm gonna stream this, and if there's another fucking oh, and by the way, I'm gonna just fucking little side note here. Fucking the jukebox is like Payday. Like if there's too many zombies like whacking on it, it turns off. So then you have to go up to it and repair it. How do you repair a jukebox in the middle of a? I'm just putting money in. Like I like what am I, Fonzarelli? Like it just comes back on. Like fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I personally was annoyed because I really wanted I'm going to still stream that game, but that just puts more work on me. Why? Why? Like it was that and here's the other thing. What's the name of that song? Ramalama wow don't go wow, Ramalama, think go wow. Fuck, I cannot remember the name of it. Oh, Black Betty.
Mm.
Black Betty was one of the songs, and I really like that song.
Mm.
And it's kind of fun during a zombie apocalypse, you know, like all right, cool, like Black Betty, like like it's a real action movie.
Yeah.
It was actually the first time I like felt some like real like engagement, and then you fucking did it this way, you shit lords, like god damn it. Anyways,
And here's the other thing, though, too. Okay, they paid for the license for the music to be in game,
right,
but apparently, so they had confidence that people would buy it and play it,
right,
but they didn't have enough confidence that people would buy it, play it, like it, and want to stream it.
right,
So
right.
at that point,
And
it's
that's
like,
just common sense.
so
Like,
at that point, then it becomes a thing of, okay, the development studio had confidence that they could sell some copies, but not confidence that those people who bought copies that would stream it and like be able to convince other people to play it. So they have some confidence, but not a lot of confidence in their products. It's like
yeah.
not sending a good vibe there.
No, it like this is unbelievably stupid. Like this is
Yeah.
unbelievably stupid. And if you knew already that like you could like it must have just completely like they must have just completely blanked on that. Like they you were trying to be cheap, you weren't thinking about the community, and you didn't think to yourselves, oh, we're making ostensibly a new Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Like that right there, you know people are going to be streaming it.
Mm-hmm.
Like people have been looking forward to this since 2010, which is when the last fucking Left 4 Dead came out. Come on, man, fucking morons. And that's not. And I'm not going to do a whole thing on it, although I really want to. Their fucking multiplayer is dog shit. It is sit in a space. It's not the same like player versus player where you go along the entire campaign verse. No, it's not. Fucking bad. Ugh, God. All right, sorry. That's the end of my fucking little tirade. Just annoys me. I really, 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 really wanted to love this game, and at this point, I'm kind of like, well, I'll stream this for a couple of times, and I'll probably never play it again. Like, yeah, it's a
Not
bummer.
good.
Anyways,
All right.
your last one.
So I know which one I'm going to do then. It's going to be a quick one.
Cool.
But it's a good thing.
Okay.
So we're going to end on a positive note tonight.
Love to see it.
Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's been out for quite a while now. It is now finally in Arabic.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, official?
Official.
Cool.
It is now officially released in Arabic as a language that is in-game.
That's cool.
So Arabic being, I believe it is the third most spoken language in the world. Unfortunately, up until now, they have been missing out on exactly, unless someone reads whatever other languages it's available in, they've been missing out on what exactly has been going on. I mean, it's a Zelda game, so you can kind of figure out the story for yourself, but go to point A, slash things, and kill big boss. Go to point B.
Good, Ganon bad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But like the finer details as far as, oh, hey, this apple-looking thing, it's an apple.
Sure. That's really cool. And you know, I'm sure that wasn't fucking cheap.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
especially considering the simple fact of Arabic, like English this way, Arabic this way.
Yeah, but a
It,
lot of other like Japanese does that too.
um, well, Japanese is its own issue because it's double byte
Right.
for their kanjis and like that.
Well, good.
So,
Sorry.
I mean, in general, it's not a easy thing to
No,
go from
and
one language to
translation
another.
and translation isn't cheap.
No,
You pay per word,
yeah,
and usually, I have a cousin, Aaron, shout out, um, who worked translating English to Japanese and Japanese to English. You pay per word, and the I asked him, I was like, okay, so like on an average project, like how much, you know? He was like, oh well, if it's more words, then we charge you less, but if it's less words, we charge you a little bit more. Makes sense. But I was like, okay, so like on average, and he was like, I don't know, like 10 to 25 cents per word. And he was like, yep, per word. I was like, God damn, that's a lot of money. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, that's a 50-hour campaign, and there's a lot of fucking text in that shit. Like,
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't cheap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, that's cool. Well, good stuff.
Yeah, but I figured we end on a high note there.
Yeah,
The other
sure.
one I had was a slight bummer drummer, so I figured, we'll skip that.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
That goes into the dead pile. Love those things.
Well, I can always hold on to it for next week
That is true.
because
Mine I can't because I will throw them right in the trash and forget about them forever.
I was gonna say I just have all mine in Notepad plus plus.
I'm an old man. I don't. Well, we're the same age. Yeah,
I was gonna say, excuse me.
that's a good point. Yeah, mine's more internal than yours.
Oh, is that
I'm
it?
gonna split open like one of those disgusting like eggs and fucking alien. All liver. You guys be like, yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna go say goodbye to these people. You go say goodbye to those people, and then we'll say goodbye to each other.
Sounds good. Alrighty, guys. Put that in your pipes and smoke it. Yeah, why not? I gotta end on a high note. A high note. Ha ha ha. Another great show. Thank you there, Blue, and welcome also, Blue. Change it, Celtic. Anybody else who is still around, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm glad you did enjoy the show. As always, we're trying to hit that 700 followers for the one chip challenge. Probably gonna do it anyways, just because why the fuck not? But still, it'd be nice to hit the one chip challenge, or the 700 followers anyways, because why the fuck not? You did great, and the efforts aren't unnoticed. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Either way, tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be doing some Destiny 2 rating, or at least something in Destiny 2. And then Friday we'll be doing some Phasmophobia.